Hello, my dear class 10 students. Today we will start a new chapter on metallurgy, chapter number 8.5. So let's begin. At first, we will learn about important uses of some metals like iron, copper, zinc, and aluminium. So let's start with aluminium. Uses of aluminium are electrical use. Aluminium is light and cheap and good conductor of electricity. Aluminium is used in making electric cable for transmission of electric current. Alright, because aluminium is cheap. Most important fact is that since it is cheap and also light in weight, so it is also a plus point is it is a good conductor of electricity. So aluminium is used as electric wires for transmission of electric current. Next is for household use. This is the most common use of aluminium. Being light, cheap and good conductor of heat and resistant to corrosion, aluminium is used in making cooking vessels, pressure cookers, etc. Maximum cooking utensils that you will see in your kitchen is made up of aluminium. Next we are coming to industry. Aluminium foils are used for packaging of food, for soaps, cigarettes, photographic films, etc. It keeps the food inside fresh. You have seen aluminium foils. Aluminium paint is used to prevent rusting of iron articles and also for decorative purpose. Next we come to aluminium used as chemical reagent. Aluminium is used as a reducing reagent in organic chemistry. Now what is organic chemistry? You will learn about that in your next chapters, the following chapters. Next we come to aluminium used as thermite mixture. Aluminium is a powerful reducing agent and hence it is used as a component of thermite. See the reaction Fe2O3 plus aluminium, it becomes Al2O3 plus iron plus Q calorie. Q calorie is the heat that is liberated. Here aluminium is oxidized. Alright. So iron is the oxidizing agent. Fe2O3 is the oxidizing agent. And aluminium is the reducing agent. Since aluminium is taking away the oxygen from iron and itself it is becoming oxidized. Next we come to one of the most important uses of aluminium, that is aluminium used as an alloy. Now what is an alloy, children? An alloy is a combination of two or more metals. The alloy itself is rust proof and corrosion proof and it is having the quality of the metals used to make it. For example, see duralumin. Duralumin is an alloy of aluminium 95%, 4% of copper, 0.5% magnesium and 0.5% manganese. Duralumin is used in making the bodies of the aeroplanes. See, it is used in making aircrafts, doors, windows and household furnitures. Next we come to aluminium bronze. Aluminium bronze is another alloy of aluminium. It is 9.5% aluminium, 90% copper and 0.5% tin. It is used in making jewelry, coins, photo frames. Magnesium is an alloy of aluminium and magnesium used in making balances. Alnico is a very important alloy of aluminium, nickel and cobalt. See, aluminium's Al, nickel's Ni, cobalt's Co, and also 50% iron is used in making powerful magnets. Next we are having uses and alloys of zinc. In galvanization, zinc is extensively used in galvanization. What is galvanization? In order to protect iron particles from rusting, a thin layer of zinc is deposited in various ways called galvanization, and the article is galvanized article. The article now becomes rust proof. For example, some buckets, tin roofs used for sheds in houses, trunks are galvanized. Electrical use. In dry cells, zinc is used as cathode. What is cathode, children? See, the negative electrode of a battery cell is known as cathode. Cations are the positive ions which are attracted towards the cathode. Now, the reaction at cathode, please look carefully. Zinc is changing to Zn2 plus. It is giving 2 electrons. So, zinc is becoming Zn2 plus. That 2 electrons I am writing separately as plus 2e. Now, why this is happening, this in detail you will learn in the electrolysis chapter. Let's next move on to metal extraction. Zinc is used in the extraction of metals like gold, silver by wet process. Zinc is used as reducing agent. Zinc amalgam Zn8g is used as reducing agent in organic chemistry. You will see what is zinc amalgam and how it is used in organic chemistry in your later chapters. Next, let's move on to the alloys of zinc. Brass, an important alloy of zinc, is having zinc 20 to 40%, copper 80 to 60%. Brass remains unaffected in moist air. It is used in making utensils, statues and gun shells. Bronze, also another important alloy of zinc, copper and tin. It is very hard, remains unaffected in moist air. It is used to make coins, statues and utensils. German silver is having 30% of zinc and 50% copper and 20% nickel, used for making imitation jewelry and utensils. Girls will be familiar with German silver as it is used as jewelry. Gunmetal, zinc is having 2%, copper 88%, tin 10%, used for making cannons, guns, machine parts, etc. Next, we come to uses of iron. In industry, cast iron containing carbon 2.5 to 5% is used for making railings, gates, manhole covers, drain pipes, etc. Wrought iron containing 0.1 to 0.2% carbon is used for making chains, trunks, magnets, electric motors and transformers. Steel containing carbon 0.1 to 1.5% is used for making automobiles, ships, bridges, RCC roofs, pillars, etc. So these are the three types of irons used in industry: cast iron, wrought iron and steel. All is having certain percentage of carbon. Next, let us move on to the alloys of iron. First is inverse steel. It is having 36% nickel and rest is steel. Having no coefficient of expansion. You had thermal expansion chapter. There is no expansion of inverse steel. That is, it does not expand neither in length nor in area wise nor in volume. Having no coefficient of expansion used in making pendulums, measuring tapes, etc. You have seen the grandfather clocks or pendulums bob. The bob of the pendulum, if it increases in size with change in temperature, then the time will be different with the increase in size of the bob. So in order to avoid this, it must be made out of a certain kind of alloy which will not let this happen. So that is why it is made out of inverse steel. Even the same cases with measuring tapes. Measuring tapes should not expand or increase in size. That is why it is made out of inverse steel, which is not having any coefficient of expansion. Next, let's come to stainless steel. You have heard very frequently about stainless steel. Stainless steel is used for making cycle, automobile parts, food manufacturing machines, etc. Chrome steel is used for making cutting tools, crushing machinery, etc. Next, we are having the uses of copper and also the alloys of copper. Electrical use. Copper, being good conductor of electricity, is used in making electrical wires. Most of the electric wires that you will see around you is made out of copper. It is a good conductor of electricity and also it is cheap. Agricultural use. Copper salts are used as insecticides. You know what are insecticides? Insecticides are those chemicals which are used for cultivation in order to destroy the insects which may attack the crops. So the copper salts are used for agricultural purpose. CuSO4.5H2O is the name of the copper salt. Copper sulfate .5H2O is the water of crystallization. Industrial use, copper is used in making coins, in electroplating and electrotyping. Alloys of copper. See, alloys of copper, already you have learned about the alloys: brass, bronze, German silver and gunmetal. So basically this chapter of metallurgy is focusing on your memorizing part. You will just have to remember all the uses and the alloys of the respective metals, just that we have learned. So your homework for today will be memorize the uses and alloys of the metals. So see you in the next class. In the next class we will learn in detail about the minerals, ores and how to extract few metals, and we will complete the chapter. So see you in the next class. Till then, stay safe at home. Take care, students. Thank you, class.